and they passed along my diagnosis. And my diagnosis was quadriplegic. I was completely paralyzed, and I had no movement or sensation in any of my extremities. Fast forward 18 years later, a lot of hard work, a lot of prayer, a lot of determination. I started walking again. And I started walking again with forearm crutches. And I'm still walking. And so uh, I'm a testament of what's possible when you have the right mindset, when you apply the right tools, when you approach challenges in the right way. And during my very first game of my sophomore season, we were kicking the ball off to start the third quarter. I was running down the field. I seen the kick returner catch the ball, started running back into my directions, and then boom, I hit this guy. Uh, and he went down and I went down, but I couldn't get back up. So they rushed me to the hospital. They started, running all kinds of tests, cutting my gear off my body. And one of the most significant moments when I was in the hospital during that time was when they were cutting the bottom of my feet to see how severe this injury was. And it was cutting the bottom of my feet to the point of bleeding. And I said, Phil, what? He said, they're cutting the bottom of your feet. Your feet are bleeding. And at that moment, the tears started rolling. I started, really understanding the significance of this injury and how life changing it was. There was a period of time when I was laying on the bed in the hospital and at home, unable to move, that I was thinking that my life was over. I was thinking that this was too hard. I was thinking that there's nothing that the doctors can do for me. Today, I can tell you that my accident was one of the greatest things that had happened to me. But I did not think that at first. It was the absolute opposite. And it wasn't until I began to see that this was not only a setback, but a set up for something greater in my life, that's when things begin to change. But if I had never seen that, if I have never became mindful of the opportunity, I wouldn't have the opportunity to overcome. In life, it's the same way. When challenges come up, we can't allow the challenge to dictate how we respond. We have to remain true to who we are. And a lot of that, involves taking the responsibility, owning whatever it is, not blaming, politics, the president, governments, friends, family, whatever it is. We have to take ownership of the challenges that shows up in our lives because we ultimately have the responsibility of overcoming them. And there's the privilege to that. A lot of times we want the obstacle to go away immediately, like immediately remove this pain. Let me take this pill. Where is the procedure that's going to cause this to go away like right now? And I want to just, uh, offer to you that there's something to gain through going through the process of overcoming a challenge. I want to challenge you uh, to being real with yourself, not being your real self. A lot of people think that's what authenticity means. It means being your real self. But I want to stretch that definition and challenge you to be real with yourself. And what I mean by that is when you're real with yourself, you're looking at your strengths and your weaknesses. You're looking at your shortcomings as well as the things that you're doing really well. And you're challenging those shortcomings. I don't look for my challenges to be removed. I would rather overcome them and go through them because I know that there's something that I'm going to get out of it that's going to make me smarter, tougher, and more resilient. And I like to build up my mental strength even when I don't need it. And I do that by practicing this stuff every single day. So when the challenge comes, when the lights come on, boom, I'm ready to go. All right. I don't have to get ready because I'm already ready. And I believe in myself. I use setbacks as stepping stones, to experience a greater level of happiness. When you can find an opportunity to see hope, that gives you, you know, I think that's everything. Because a lot of people, when they go through challenges, the reason they don't bounce back is because they don't, or even put forth the effort, they quit because they feel that there's no hope. And just like what Randy and I was just talking about, they feel there's no hope because they feel there's no opportunity. They feel there's no purpose. And so the first element is having the perception to view the challenge as the opportunity. It that is the opportunity because it's probably going to cause you to have to be somebody or do something that you've never done before.